Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you. My name is Zainab Oladapo. I am a transformative coach. Um, what I'd like to share with you this afternoon is, or well, maybe it's morning over there or evening. Anyway, what I'd like to share with you is something that I've experienced and that a couple of clients have shared with me that was a challenge with them. It's the thing with being unable to connect with people that are seem to be high profile people in the society, leaders, executives, politicians, people that head large corporations, people that seem to be famous or very successful and all that. The number of clients have talked about the fact that, oh, I do know some people like this, and I would love to offer my services to them, but I can't. Is that something you've ever felt before? Anyway, I have. It's like what I find happening is like it's just this feeling of who am I to talk to these people? They're so successful. Will they listen to me? And all that. So it's just basically stories that we make of ourselves. They're just stories. So I'm going to share with you three things, right, that will help you see things differently. The first is that they are human, just like you and I, and they have needs. One of the biggest challenges that people who are perceived to be very successful have is that they usually feel alone. Yes, because they're so successful, people tend to feel that their success, is in every part of their lives. So for that reason, they don't need anything. Whereas it's not really that way because every human being will definitely be challenged at any point different points in time. And when one is going through a challenge, it's as simple and straightforward. The challenge will be the same way as though it was someone that was on a lower, there's someone that you put maybe on a lower level in that ladder of, oh, these people are so successful and all that. Challenges are challenges and we're human. So one of it is that they feel so lonely because they usually don't have anyone to share their challenges with. So once we identify that, then we know that they will definitely respond well to someone connecting with them to offer them something genuinely that will solve a problem they have. That's one. Another thing that I want to share, which would also, I hope, help shift your mindset about this, is that they also have problems, right? And they want solutions for them. But a lot of people prefer solutions to them and offer them at overpriced fees or amounts and all that. And this is just because, yeah, they can pay for it. I mean, why shouldn't I offer them something and maybe triple the price or whatever? So they do not like this, just like you and I wouldn't. A lot of them have worked very hard for their money, hard in quotes, in the sense that they put in the effort, and of course, they wouldn't want to waste their resources, right? They will also want to be mindful of how they spend. So definitely one thing they wouldn't like is people ripping them off. So if you're going to offer a service to someone who you think is really well off, be genuine in what you're offering and offer it in a package that would actually serve them. And when they see that genuineness, it will be something that will actually draw them to you, your product or service, and would actually make it easier for them to consider being your own customer or your client. Then another thing is that, well, that's the third one, right? Is that be genuinely concerned for their success. This simply means that if a product or service isn't going to work for them, don't offer it. Your service or product is not something that you offer to someone just because you need them to pay you for it. First, ensure that they genuinely need that service or that product. I remember a while back, many years back, when I offered services to schools, and there was this school. It's one of the biggest schools in the city I live, one of the biggest, and the in fact one of the most expensive, right? And I thought this product, I was just starting out that line of my business, and I thought, wow, it would be good to offer the product to that school and all that. So what I did was I just did a little bit of research, found out whether they had a similar offering of that product, whether they had that um, that need for that, and I saw the need. So I packaged my proposal and I went in there. I was afraid, but I just figured they'll just say no. Worst case scenario. I did. I went in there. And before I went in, I had so much thinking around, well, I don't know anybody on the board of the school. I don't know any of the, the executives. I don't want anyone. I just walked in there, dropped my proposal. Someone said, okay, see this other person. I talked to her. She was sold. And before I knew it, my service, I mean, they bought the service I was offering. And I've been offering that service for like uh, about, oh, that's about maybe, yeah, about 6 years now, I think, or thereabouts. So the thing is that if they don't need the service, don't even bother offering it. Another thing I learned is from this story that I'm actually going to paraphrase. It's a story about someone who, was the head of this very large conglomerate. So there was this person that wanted to offer a service to them, and he was able to find his way in, you know, went through all the gatekeepers, got in to see the man. And then when he got in, he noticed that the person, the executive he went to see, seemed a little bit worried. And then he just decided, okay, what does this man need? Let me just be curious. And he asked him, um, is this something that you're looking for something? And the man said, yes. My son is is creating this stamp collection, and I'm supposed to, get him some more stamps. And I can't seem to find any new stamps, from all my meal and all that. So he made a mental note of it and just just he made a mental note of it anyway. And then he started asking more about his son, and then the man executive was talking more about his family, his son, and all that. And he was quite he was just quite, in the discussion. So at the end of the day, he asked him, oh, what did you come to see me for? And then the man mentioned that, oh, I have these series of products, and I just wanted to see if it was something that will benefit your organization. And the man said to him, oh, okay, fine. Let's see if we can schedule a time when I'll be able to speak to you properly. And he scheduled another time. And you know what this person did? He went to look for beautiful stamps for the collection of this man's son. So he got the stamps and then sent them to the executive. And what happened? The executive called him. And right there on the phone, he asked him more details about what product he was offering or whatever it was a service or whatever. And he actually engaged him right there and then. So basically, being curious about the person is a sure winner to knowing what they need. It may not necessarily be the product you're offering at that time that they need, But once you find that need and you try to fill it, it will open the doors for you to actually um, see if you will actually serve them with the products that you actually had in your hand all along. So that's a bonus point. So that's four things I've shared with you. So I hope you find this beneficial. If you have any questions on this, feel free, drop your comments at the bottom or to reach out with me. You can find me on Facebook at Zainab.oladapo. So thank you for listening. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.